This is CEMTV, reliable news and entertainment.
Okay, here we are again, another week in 2026 of July, and it's amazing because look at us, look how far we've come, see where we are already. It's giving a lot of good things, and of course today is the 6th day of July 2026. Have you been having some Thanksgiving? Because yesterday I was in church and we had Thanksgiving service, and it just reminded me of the fact that we've really come a long way in the year. We've had 6 months down the line in the year 2026. Anyways, we're not here to talk about all the Thanksgiving. I just thought to put that in your brain this morning as you go about your daily activity. Welcome once again to the 6th day of July 2026, and of course it's Monday morning, that day where you have to get up from bed and of course go and do what you need to do for the day. Anyways, before you get out of bed and do what you want to do, you need to know what the weather is saying. See, since morning, since I got up, since I got here, it's been giving showers of blessings here in Port Harcourt City, and of course I call it showers of blessings because it's important for you to let the rain fall when the rain has to fall. So let me tell you what's going to be happening in your city, so you know exactly how to dress, you know what to expect, and of course you know how to go about your daily activity for the day. My name is Vera Philip, and of course I am your host for our weather report today. Alright, we're starting off strong with Port Harcourt City. In Port Harcourt City, we have that today is going to be a rainy day. But before we get to that, it's going to be partly cloudy, about 25 degrees Celsius. We're going to be experiencing 25 degrees Celsius. However, it's going to feel like 31 degrees Celsius, and then we're also going to have 30 degrees Celsius during the day and 24 degrees Celsius at night, which is absolutely beautiful. I mean, for some people though. Then we're going to have the sun show up a little bit at 7 a.m. It's so bad because that's the only time we're going to have to deal with the sun today. From 8 a.m. all the way to the following day, which is tomorrow, 3 a.m. of tomorrow, we're having constant rain, and we're having it come from 25% to 45%. It's going that way. It's uplifting. Hello, we're going to have 100% of rainfall between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. and then it will now reduce again from there, go back to 95%, 80% up until 3 a.m. in the morning of tomorrow. Ooh, that's a lot of rainfall. But anyways, July is also almost as June, so we're expecting that to happen. If you are in Port Harcourt City, this means one thing: you have to go around with an umbrella. You also have to wear thick clothes so you do not get a cold. Okay, so that's what the weather is saying in Port Harcourt for today. And then for wind, the highest amount of wind is going to come around 4 p.m. That is, of course, when we have about 95%, yes, 95% of rainfall. So at 9 p.m. we're going to have very high wind. And then I think between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. we're also going to have a high wind, of course, that, complements what we're going to be experiencing at 4 p.m. And that's the weather forecast for, today in Port Harcourt City. Let's take a look at the northern part of Nigeria. We're taking a look at Kaduna this morning. In Kaduna, partly cloudy is what it says. 23 degrees Celsius. That's going to feel like 26 degrees Celsius. And during the day, we're going to be experiencing 29 degrees Celsius, and at night 21 degrees Celsius. All right, we're going to also have a sun come up at 7 a.m. but then it's going to be filled up with clouds at 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. The sun is going to struggle, come out again, raise its head around 10 to 11 a.m. but then 12 to 1 p.m. the sun will be going down. In short, today in Kaduna, we're just going to have a very normal weather, not too much sunlight, just the clouds up in the sky and giving us a good day. The sun will try to come up to set around 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. and then we're going to be having half moon today as well in Kaduna. So it's basically just going to be one of those days where the clouds are up in the sky in Kaduna. No sunlight, no rainfall, just a very normal day. And then for wind, not so much wind. However, the highest amount of wind will come around 11 and 12 p.m. That's when also we're going to be having cloudy weather. So basically it's like we're expecting all of that to happen all in one. And then away from Kaduna, in Enugu today we're going to be experiencing a lot but mostly cloudy weather. This is almost the same thing we're experiencing in Port Harcourt. Only difference is that I think Enugu people would, have some breaks in between. And so we have 25 degrees Celsius that's going to feel like 29 degrees Celsius, and during the day 30 degrees Celsius, and at night 24 degrees Celsius. Now we're going to have the sun come up a little bit at 7 a.m. and then we're going to have the moon at 8 a.m. 10% of rainfall at 9 a.m. The sun will be out again a little bit at 10 a.m. and rainfall continues from there. From 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. we're going to have from 40% to 85% of rainfall. A little break at 3 p.m. Rain continues again between 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. and that's between 70% to 80% of rainfall. So in Enugu we're also expecting heavy rainfall, maybe not as much as Port Harcourt City, but we're expecting a general amount of rain in Enugu as well. The rain will also come back at 10 p.m. to about 1 a.m. in the morning, and the highest amount of wind will be coming at 4 p.m. So that is what the weather says in Enugu. Okay, let's take a look at the commercial city itself, Lagos. I always feel for Lagos though. So yeah, it's going to be mostly cloudy, 24 degrees Celsius. That's going to feel exactly like 24 degrees Celsius, and during the day we're experiencing 28 degrees Celsius, and at night 23 degrees Celsius. Now it's going to be cloudy at 7 a.m. although the sun will try to raise its head, but I guess it's not going to be winning, because 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. we're having constant flow of rain. Now we're having from 30% to about 100% of rainfall, and it's increasing as the day goes by. So rainfall is also expected, a constant one from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. in Lagos City, and then we're going to have high wind between 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. The highest amount of wind for the day will come between those times, and this is for Lagos City. So Lagos residents, of course, join the train, get an umbrella, and also do well to wear thick clothes so you don't get caught up by the cold. And in Abuja, it promises to be partly cloudy, 23 degrees Celsius. That's going to feel like 27 degrees Celsius, and at during the day 29 degrees Celsius, and at night 22 degrees Celsius. The sun is going to be up a little bit at 7 a.m. accompanied by clouds and 5% of rainfall between 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Okay, so that's like early mornings of today in Abuja. You're experiencing 5% of rainfall, and that particular kind of rain can get you really sick fast, because just like raindrops dropping on your skin. So make sure to still dress properly, cover yourself up. It's not going to last the whole day, but you're going to experience it in the morning, so just be prepared for that, and maybe still take an umbrella with you as you step out. So basically, aside Kaduna, we're expecting rain in other parts of Nigeria that I brought to you this morning, and that is to say that you should step out with an umbrella once again, and of course wear thick clothes. And that's all we can bring to you today on our weather forecast. Of course, my name is Vera Philip. Coming up next, travel and tours by yours faithfully. Don't go anywhere. This is still Sem Television.
What's on your mind today? The goal by Victor Osimhen was amazing.